Hello, we're glad you're here to learn about STEMwonder, the Iowa STEM Scale Up program for Iowa students ages 4 to 8. STEMwonder is a suite of high-quality research-based STEM experience developed by the Iowa Region Center for Early Developmental Education. As of 2025, there are over 3.5 million jobs that are STEM-related in the United States, but we don't have enough people to fill them. We've been investing widely in interventions aimed at young people ages 14 and older to go into STEM careers, but the research is saying that this is too late. STEM education needs to start much earlier. The earliest years of learning are the most vital in developing STEM habits of mind. This is when the dispositions and kinds of thinking are formed within the child. And because of this, researchers are encouraging more investments in STEM learning in preschool through 3rd grade. But the kind of STEM learning matters. Young children need more than little STEM activities from time to time. What's needed is more in-depth instruction instead of a lot of different kinds of topics. There also needs to be effective early childhood science pedagogy to help teachers understand what it is to do STEM with young kids. Plus, there needs to be resources, materials, and supports, and above all, more time in science every day. The state of Iowa recognizes the importance of a good start to reading. Public school educators as well as teacher preparation programs are now taking professional learning in letters. In this approach to literacy, educators note students' progress in their ability to recognize and manipulate sounds. They regularly assess students for their accuracy and speed in reading words and non-words. Phoneme grapheme correspondence is tracked in each student as well as their use of grammar, spelling, and punctuation. All of these skills are essential for success in reading. All of these skills are carefully monitored through counting, comparing, and graphing for reporting. But there is a caution that these essential skills are only the tip of the iceberg of what our young children need. There's a danger in ignoring what lies beneath that tip of the iceberg. We have found that STEM experiences over time are the perfect context for students to develop all of these dispositions.
It starts with something small. A marble, a piece of cardboard, maybe a question. And that small thing, it's the spark. For a child to wonder, to figure things out, to believe they can build something. What if every child had the foundation to dream big and create the world of tomorrow? But for many children, these sparks of creativity go unnoticed. Their schools lack the tools. Their teachers don't know where to begin. By 3rd grade, many already believe, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at math. Science isn't for me.
Play-based STEM has allowed many of my students to become experts in areas that they may not be experts. Maybe they're not really good at learning their letters, but they're an expert at building a ramp. And so I can tell students, hey, you're really good at this. Can you go help your friend? And then they get to be that expert and get to help scaffold students' learning.
The impact that play-based STEM has had on children's confidence is it gives them an opportunity to see themselves as capable of doing something. So their confidence gets boosted because even though the first time something didn't go the way they planned, they try it again, and the next time it might work, it might not. So it gives them just the self-confidence to be able to try again and again and over to solve a problem.
A block, a ramp, an empty can, it might look like play, but this is science. This is engineering. This is a possibility. Learning doesn't need expensive tools. In the hands of a child, curiosity turns the everyday into something extraordinary.
One thing that I do really love, especially this year, we have a nonverbal student, and he has a hard time communicating with his peers any other time during our day. But when it's STEM time, he jumps right on in there, and everyone understands what he's trying to communicate through our STEM tools. And I think that is something that everyone will remember, because no matter how you do at school, no matter how you're doing on your other learning, STEM is a time for everyone to come together, learn with each other, communicate with each other, whether it is verbally, written, or just with the tools with your hands. It's really an amazing opportunity for everyone to work together.
Every day, children are building more than tracks. They're building confidence, creativity, the belief that they can.
Watching one of my students overcome some sort of a obstacle or challenge or problem in STEM is absolutely incredible. And an example of that is last year I had a student who was trying to get one of her marbles to jump in the Barren Pathways. And she was having a very hard time getting to do that, and she just did not give up and she finally got to do that. She was so excited. And she came up and she told me, she said, "Mrs. Kaufman," she said, "I did it." And I said, "I knew you could." And she said, "I can do hard things." And she made me a little note, and she said, "I can do hard things." It was one of those little stretchy notes, and I opened it up and she said, "Mrs. Kaufman, you could do hard things too."
We're not waiting for perfect materials. We're showing kids and teachers that science is everywhere, if you know how to look for it. This is just one classroom. Imagine if every child, no matter their background, had a place to tinker, explore, and create.
I would really hope that STEM could really be integrated into all grades. I know we have we have activities outside of school that are STEM based, but we're pulling away, I feel like, from so much science because everyone feels that math and literacy is so important. But with STEM, you really tie in everything when you're doing STEM. You tie in that literacy piece, obviously the math piece, but they can build on so much. I feel like right now it's so surface level that we really need to focus on deepening their knowledge and their skills in STEM.
STEMwonder isn't a curriculum. It's a framework for a classroom that integrates STEM and literacy. When students' curiosity about the world and how it works is supported in the classroom, they are driven to learn, and they apply the tools of literacy, the tools of mathematics, they grow inquiry and engineering habits of mind, and develop their executive functions. You have an opportunity to bring STEMwonder to your classrooms or your settings. For the next 3 years, we will lead educators in exploring engineering through ramps and pathways, through light and shadow, and in balance. But you need to apply this year. There will not be any applications after this year for 3 more years. Your commitment in accepting this award is to engage in professional learning. There will be one day in the summer during the week so that your summer plans are not interrupted with family, and then one day in the fall, usually October or November. It will fall on a Saturday, so you will not have to worry about finding a substitute teacher. Then you will be asked to explore implementing STEMwonder experiences in your classroom, and then engage in dialogue with your colleagues and with your instructor. Benefits of receiving a STEMwonder award is you will receive a $350 annual educator support payment after attending both sessions. You will receive open-ended classroom materials in a kit specific to each STEMwonder experience. You will receive support in implementing integrative STEM and literacy. You will receive a UNI graduate credit each year that can be used for license renewal. It will be awarded in the middle of December, so 3 years, 3 graduate credits. You will receive ongoing support in implementing STEMwonder, and you will appreciate an excitement and joy in teaching and learning. Engineering Ramps and Pathways starts summer of 2026. Be prepared for an exciting day of fun-filled learning. Our approach to developing pedagogy includes lots of teacher play within the same materials that are in the classroom kit. Experiencing phenomenon themselves awakens educators' own curiosity and the joy of designing, engineering, and making. Let's look in on some of the educators' excitement in their teacher play with ramps.
Oh, upside down, I can see that.
I like that stabilizer. It bounces back.
Yeah,
No,
that's what
they
we said at
want it to
first
bounce
too. When we first used it, we're like, oh, the bouncy ball's not going to work. And then we're like, but the marble's not heavy enough. And then we're like, why wouldn't the bouncy ball work? It goes.
Are you ready? Yeah, it's round. All right, it's a sphere. Here I go.
Reaction.
Okay.
I love it!
Wait till you see it.
At the end of the first professional learning session, educators go home with their kit materials. In Ramps and Pathways, each educator receives a set of track and a set of unit blocks and materials to move on those tracks. They will also receive a copy of Investigating Ramps and Pathways with Young Children. In the professional learning, we will explore how STEM investigations are meaningful contexts to develop skills in reading and writing. We will talk about co-created charts that include making lists, T-charts, Venn diagrams, graphs, and concept webs. Students' investigations into force and motion are contexts that inspire students to write. We will explore the different types of writing support, such as shared, interactive, and independent writing, as well as labeling, journaling, personal narratives, and persuasive writing. Engineering Light and Shadow starts summer of 2027. Examples of kit materials in Light and Shadow include tabletop screens, large screens, materials made of different kinds of properties that interact differently in streams of light. They'll receive a variety of rechargeable light sources that are gooseneck lamps, work lights, flashlights, light pad, headlamps, and tea lights, and a copy of Investigating Light and Shadow with Young Children. If you've already taken Light and Shadow, apply again. The technology has been updated significantly. We will continue to investigate how STEM and literacy integration is a natural fit. Here's an example of a teacher's invitation to explore ideas on how to investigate light and shadow. STEMwonder materials are different in that you don't pack them up and put them away after doing a unit. Keep them out, and we find that children find creative ways of mixing the materials. In this photo, you see a structure built by second graders who asked to dim the lights to add some lighting features to their ramp and pathway system. Engineering Balance starts summer of 2028. In this slide, you see examples of kinetic sculptures students are challenged to design and build. You might recognize some of this materials to be very similar to Tinker Toys. Other materials in the Scale Up kit include large motor balance materials, games involving balance, mini unit blocks to explore balancing for stability, tops to explore balance in rotational motion, and an invented balance scale that can be used 4 ways. We will continue to explore the natural integration of STEM and literacy as we watch students write their ideas in journals, use Venn diagrams to explain their thinking, and participate in labeling scientific drawings. Our materials are open-ended and offer challenges for students of all ages. Older students will especially appreciate the role of counterbalance in building mobiles using clips, S-hooks, and rods. Our work with Iowa teachers in previous scale-ups have allowed us to collect stories and vignettes that we can share through our publications with Teachers College Press. These books are available for purchase across the country and have now been translated into Mandarin, where Chinese teachers are learning how to implement our STEMwonder experiences. However, we are most invested in the children and the teachers across Iowa. We encourage you to apply for STEMwonder. Make a whole team from your school. Join as a group. We would love to work with you the next 3 years in STEMwonder.